हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। आप सभी को मेरे चैनल में स्वागत है। टुडे द लेटेस्ट न्यूज़ इज और द टॉपिक ऑफ डिस्कशन इज द notorious China deployed additional troops near Lipulek Pass. The Lipulek Pass is situated in the India, Nepal and China trijunctional border, and this is a proof of Nepal-China evil axis. This is a typical picture of Lipulek Pass. This is the Indian side of it. Let's discuss. After Ladakh, China is opening a new front near Lipulek Pass, accommodating 1 battalion of additional troops. But India is even more sensitive about this area since Nepal, China together here against India. According to an army spokesperson, 1,000 Chinese soldiers are there with a huge stock of arms and ammunition indicates they are here for a long haul or for a possible confrontation. And India is keeping a close eye on the situation. From the ancient times, Kailash Mansarovar pilgrimages are using this Lipulek Pass. And recently, in recent days, from June to October every year, villagers from the China-occupied Tibet come and sell their goods and stuffs to the Indian side. Very recently, India built a road from Dharchula to Lipulek. In Nepal, Prime Minister objected strongly because of Chinese enticement. Since happening of all these developments, Indian Army started looking for snow tents and other necessary equipments required to stay there in the winter. And India contacted already few countries. I'm talking about Russia, Switzerland, Finland, etc. So all this India-China conflict started from Doklam, Bhutan in the year of 2017. Whole story, if you want to understand, you have to go back to the 2017 Doklam conflict. So during that time, this was the map of that area. Here, this place where my arrow is shaking, this is called Chicken Neck. Very tiny land, which is very important to connect the entire northeast zone with the rest of the India. And one way you can say this is a strategically weak point for India, and China want to have a reach to that point quickly. China already occupied little bit land in Bhutan's territory, and this place where my arrow is taking, this is Doklam disputed area. They wanted to build a road so that in case of war they can quickly access this road and come to the Bhutan's road and quickly place some 100,000, 200,000 troops quickly to this Indian sensitive area. That was their main strategic goal. And if they would able to do that, that would be very, very strategic setback for India. So India tried with utmost pressure to stop China, and eventually India stopped China because of India is having landscape advantage. If you look, this is Chinese territory. If you look at the west side, that is India, east side, that is Bhutan, and Indian troops having free access both the sides, Sikkim and Bhutan. And it from the picture you can feel that this is like crocodile's mouth. Okay, if China build up some whatever number of troops here, 50,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, whatever, from Sikkim and Bhutan, if India make its scissor attack, the entire troop builder will disconnect from the entire Chinese troop builder will disconnect from the rest of the Chinese land. And this was a huge landscape setback for China. That's why they left the Doklam. But they wanted to have a revenge and that time itself they talked about Ladakh. So now where they came to Uttarakhand border, I'll talk about this later. First, you need to know why they came to Ladakh. Because their perception was that in Indian side of the Ladakh, there is no road, there is poor infrastructure. That's why they sent the troop. If India cannot retaliate quickly, that was their perception. But the surprise was waiting for them. Once they brought their troops, India deployed more than the number Chinese brought. Now go back to look at their objectives in Ladakh. Number one objective, to occupy some tactically key areas permanently. Second objective, to check India for not to attack Pakistan. Because you all know from media and from the Indian citizen side or from the government official side, there is a huge pressure to get back the POK and Gilgit Baltistan from Pakistan. And if Gilgit Baltistan India occupies, that will be the biggest setback for China because they made some CPEC, India China Pakistan economic corridor that goes through Gilgit Baltistan. And once India occupy Gilgit Baltistan, China will no longer be Pakistan's neighbor. India will be there in between. That's why China was afraid, Pakistan was afraid, and since China activated this Ladakh border, Pakistan got some relief because India will not open the two front, one with Pakistan, another with China. So these two objectives, it is obvious that China successfully enjoying last 3 months. But the third objective, what they had, is to degrade India's prestige to the world so that nobody could think about India as a replacement or substitute of China in the future world order and future destination for investment. But whatever happened during June 15 night, Chinese soldiers attacked suddenly Indian soldiers, killed 20 of Indian troops, but in retaliation, India killed even more than double of their troops. So their face simply got burned, and people from the all over the world is happy that India given them a bloody nose. But again, the first two objectives as China still enjoying as success. Now Rafale comes into the picture. Because before Rafale, India had the air advantage compared to China because China's all the airstrips or airports are in high altitude. Their planes cannot be functional with their full capacity. Whereas Indians airports are in the plane and Indian planes will jets will be functioning with full capacity. This advantage India had. But the jets India had or Chinese had almost having the same capabilities or capacities. And if the territory in Ladakh China occupied, if India wanted to attack on them and get the land back, then Chinese will be in defensive side and in the top of the mountains. So India has to go with a huge casualty. And China thought that India will not risk that much casualties. Okay. But since Rafale came, Rafale can give them a bloody nose, attack from a long distance with precision guided bunker blasters bomb. So their advantage of having high altitude is of no use once Rafale came. So that to keep their objective intact, Now Ladakh area is not enough for them to counter India. Now the new question arises that if they want to activate a new front, then which front they will activate? We have three fronts: Uttarakhand, Sikkim, and Arunachal Pradesh remaining. Where they will activate? If I raise the question, as I already shown in the Doklam map picture, that in Sikkim area, India is having very good advantages, huge advantages over China. And in Arunachal, India worked hard during last several years to have very good defense. So Arunachal and Sikkim is for China is a no place. Only the place left is Uttarakhand. And Uttarakhand, since India's infrastructure is poor there, that is number one. And number 2 point is that in Uttarakhand, India has to face two enemies, China and Nepal. So the pressure on India will be even more. That's why they opened up that Uttarakhand front to keep their objective intact. For my message to our establishment that China will not leave India without a war, sooner or later. If India wants to get back the Pak-occupied Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan, then a war will be inevitable with China. That's why please be prepared for a war with China. Thank you for listening.